I need you to be brave. A man will come and take you away.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is Mission 14, Attack of the Saints, and this is parking. And when I first got here, guys, this was one of the hardest missions of the game for me on my first playthrough, because sneaking through the courtyard after you do this first sequence, it just didn't feel possible. Like, so many guys, the disguise system just fails you. The cover is good, but I couldn't get a good path, and like the woman is all over the place. Every time I killed her, I got spotted, and it was just terrible. But luckily enough, when I came back through on my recording run, it just made sense, and I believe it's because I'd played the later levels, which get even more difficult than this one, and even more bullshit, and I struggled on those. And when you struggle on those kind of missions and you come back, it doesn't seem quite as intimidating as it did before. So we should be okay. But what I'm doing here is, if you get into this ice box, or this hiding hole, whatever the hell it is, and you wait for your first target and these two soldiers to approach. This does take some time, folks. You have to be patient, and you can't skip it, unfortunately. But as soon as the target walks past, climb out of the bin, follow her with the garrote on, and as soon as she mentions your barcode, because of your body's being too burnt, that's when I usually like to grab her. You can probably grab her a little bit sooner, but I never risk it when I'm playing on hard. It is a silent takedown, and it is really useful, and if you're going for points or for speed, or you're doing a contract that someone's created, you can definitely do this quicker. But I don't really risk things when I'm doing walkthroughs unless I know it works, and this is what I did last time. Like right now, you can definitely get her, because it's such a distance they wouldn't hear, but I'm not willing to mess about, so I play it safe, I garrote her, and then I dump her in the bin that we were just in. First target's down, signature kill, immediately up to veteran rank. So there she goes in the bin, or the icebox, sorry. And what I'm going to do here, folks, is if you run on this balcony towards the checkpoint, you're going to get the suspicion of one of the soldiers. There goes the suspicion. Then all you need to do now, because only one of them will come and look to see what the activity is. If you sit up against this wall, wait for him on the corner, we're going to take him down. The reason I'm doing this is so we can get his disguise, and it makes the next section a little bit easier for the path I like to choose, because the checkpoint here, folks, is fucking broken. It's garbage. When you first get here and you go downstairs, there is a soldier giving a speech to all the other guys, and it makes getting around that section pretty simple because they're all distracted and they've not set up yet. But if you fuck it up later on and you come back to this, it will actually checkpoint you at the point of when everybody breaks up and the speech is over. So you lost your opportunity to effectively get through the area pretty simple, and then it's all, gone to hell, and it's much more difficult because people set up, they don't move, the patterns are much more challenging, and it's annoying. And on the IO forums, people have addressed to IO directly that the checkpoints are trash, they're completely useless, what's the point in having them when they don't work? And IO's basically admitted they could have been implemented better, but there's probably not going to be any kind of patch for that, and that kind of sucks. But they are looking at tweaking the disguise mechanic, so hopefully it won't be completely useless forever. And now that you've hidden the body, hit the checkpoint. There is a crossfade because I didn't get this on my first try. And if you shoot the car, it's going to set the alarm off. And the reason I did this, you don't have to do this. What I was trying to do is I was trying to slow down the nun so I could perhaps kill her before she got further into the level. It didn't work. It was just a little bit of experimenting that I was doing, because you're going to see in my walkthrough, especially later on, I shoot things as a distraction quite a lot. It only happens, or it only really works once. If you shoot any more than once, people get suspicious that, somebody's shooting, and it kind of messes you up. But you're free to walk behind all these buses. Be careful on this corner. There's a guy there. You'll notice I was tempted to shoot again, but then I realised the target was much too far away from us. So instead I carry on sneaking. This guy is a dick. He seems to always see you when you go left or the right of him. I could have tried to blend, but as I've mentioned before, I'm trying not to abuse the blend mechanic because I don't want to, rely on it in a situation that people won't be able to get past. And the only times I've really used it are the parts where I literally cannot think of a better way to do it. And this sequence here is just easier if you wait for this dude to carry on. The storytelling in these games seems to be predominantly you sit behind a wall watching bad things happen, and I don't mind it at all, but you know when the checkpoint is as bad as this one, and this sequence is as difficult as it seemed to be for me the first time through, it kind of sucks that you have to listen to that shit all the time. But there's golf clubs and things littered everywhere. I usually chuck the golf club to the left of these two guys, but this time on the recording run, it didn't distract them both, so you'll notice only one of them goes to the left, and it completely screws that strategy. But if you get both of them, it's much easier to move through this crazy golf environment. But it doesn't really matter, because this is not the challenging part once you know this pattern that I've got here, once you come on this back area. Coming up is when it gets really nerve-wracking, because I believe I get to the door when you're picking it and somebody starts to see me just as I go through, so this is really tight and it's going to take some practice if you want to get the Silent Assassin ranking. And the next door neighbour's child screaming, always good for a commentary, a bit of child death. But just wait for these two guys. The guy on the left is going to move to the left, the guy on the right is going to walk across the bridge, and you can already see the target directly over there near the Kiki bar, or whatever the hell you call it. So we're going to be following him, and I had about 3 runs on this where I managed to choke her, and I got her almost to the bin in the corner of this little hut, and every time I put her in, that guy on the bridge saw me, every single time. And I don't understand this, because this is when things get tense, guys. This is why this video is a little bit longer, because I could not get a clean, straight to the point kill on these people. This took a while and it was hard. But like, she comes and she drinks at this bar, but you can't rag her over the bar like you can do on balconies and things, and I don't understand that. It's the same, essentially the same kind of setup. If anything, this looks easier. But it doesn't work, and there's parts of me in these moments thinking, dude, just run, just go for it. She's got her back to you, they might not see you, maybe that's what you've got to do, maybe you've got to be that blunt, and every time I followed my gut instinct I failed. So you've got to be super careful here, guys, and I'm not going to lie to anybody, I found this to be a very difficult assassination. And I pick up the meat cleaver there, because I had these dreams of throwing it at her face. Don't ask me why, because I know if I come out of cover here throwing a meat cleaver, she's going to spot me, I'm going to fail the Silent Assassin ranking, and all of this will be for naught, because I'll be restarting the checkpoint. But here comes this soldier, he waits on the bridge, and then he's going to go back to the place he was when we originally came up to this bar. And this is our opening, I believe, because he goes this way, she goes that way, and it's now or never, really. So you'll notice I'm getting ready. I garrote her. Do I get time to hide her? That is the question. So you'll notice on the map he's looking the other way, he's looking the other way, he's looking the other way. Keep looking the other way, dude. Please. There we go. She's hidden, back up against the bar. He's still looking that way, and now we need to escape. We need to escape without being seen as well. So you'll notice they can see me a little bit. There's 2 guys to my left. I go down the wrong entrance because I'm kind of in panic mode. Here's the door. Start to pick it. Look at that. Oh, did you see that? Watch. Oh, goodness me. It doesn't get much closer than that, guys. But that is a Silent Assassin, and that is pretty damn challenging. But thanks for watching, and you take care now.